Says the alleged father is not excluded as the biological father of the fetus.
That mean you're the father. Babe, that's mean you're the father.
Is not excluded.
You're the father.
That makes me feel like I wasted my whole.
Oh.
Every time I'm going into bullshit like reality
If it wasn't
TV,
what?
thinking,
If it
oh,
was
it's for Rock.
somebody
It's for
else.
Rock. Rock gonna go crazy. You think anybody else?
So it looks like things between Blueface and Shan are at an all-time love because new evidence suggests that Chrisean might have faked her baby's DNA test so she could pin the paternity on Blueface. Well, it looks like she has gotten exposed big time, and this drama has the internet in a cho because Blueface is dragging her for filth and exposing her for trying to baby trap him now. If y'all thought that their situation was bad before, well, it just got to a new level of crazy.
Y'all, they saying the baby ain't Blueface's, and Chrisean liked it. Do y'all see the resemblance? That's the baby, and that's the ex-boyfriend. She got a type.
Okay, so it looks like Chrisean and Blueface's drama has officially hit rock bottom, and as bad as their drama has been, I don't think anyone could have predicted these wild turns of events. I mean, let's be real, these two just have a track record of stirring up trouble on social media and taking shots at each other and even throwing hands in public, so our expectations were already very, very low. But somehow they managed to outdo themselves every time, but this particular drama just takes the cake because Chrisean just got called out for allegedly faking her baby's DNA test, and Blueface is now doubling down on his claim that he is not the father. Where is Maury now? What's interesting about this mess is that Blueface has been shouting from the rooftops that he is not the father since day one, and we all kind of just brushed it off thinking he was just being his usual messy self looking for drama. But in fact, the moment Chrisean announced her pregnancy, he was quick to deny any paternity claims he said to. Answer y'all questions, yes. Me and Rock are officially done. It's strictly business, I tried it. And clearly it wasn't given before she announces she's pregnant with somebody else's child, not mine. Rock has had encounters with 10 different men in the last year. Until I see a DNA test. Then it's not mine, it's not a Blueface baby. I mean, he didn't give no reasonable doubt or anything like that because he straight up denied being the father and forced Shan to get a DNA test to prove that he was the father. Or he wouldn't accept that the baby was his chain, eventually agreed to DNA test, and it came back positive on Blueface being the father, and we watched this play out on the reality TV show.
It says the alleged father is not excluded as the biological father of the fetus.
That mean you're the father. Babe, that's mean you're the father.
Is not excluded.
You're the father.
Okay, so it looks like Chrisean and Blueface's drama has officially hit rock bottom, and as bad as their drama has been, I don't think anyone could have predicted these wild turns of events. I mean, let's be real, these two just have a track record of stirring up trouble on social media and taking shots at each other and even throwing hands in public, so our expectations were already very, very low. But somehow they managed to outdo themselves every time, but this particular drama just takes the cake because Chrisean just got called out for allegedly faking her baby's DNA test, and Blueface is now doubling down on his claim that he is not the father. Whereas Maury now, what's interesting about this mess is that Blueface has been shouting from the rooftops that he is not the father since day one, and we all kind of just brushed it off thinking he was just being his usual messy self looking for drama. But in fact, the moment Chrisean announced her pregnancy, he was quick to deny any paternity claims he said to. Answer your questions, yes. Me and Rock are officially done. It's strictly business, I tried it, and clearly it wasn't given before she announces she's pregnant with somebody else's child, not mine. Rock has had encounters with 10 different men in the last year. Until I see a DNA test, then it's not mine, it's not a Blueface baby. I mean, he didn't give no reasonable doubt or anything like that because he straight up denied being the father and forced Shan to get a DNA test to prove that he was the father. Or he wouldn't accept that the baby was his chain, eventually agreed to DNA test, and it came back positive on Blueface being the father, and we watched this play out on the reality TV show. It says the alleged father is not excluded as the biological father of the fetus. Oh, that mean you're the music father, babe, that's me, your father? Oh, it's not you're the father. Now we thought that Blueface being the father meant that he would finally man up and start treating Chrisean better. Well, we were very, very Wrong about that, which isn't surprising because we all know how Blueface is. He didn't even try to feel remorseful about how he had been putting Shane on blast, and his behavior got even worse from there. He sent mean texts to Shane saying stuff like, "I'm going to be a cheater forever. I'm not even going to hide it for real. You don't want to be stuck at home with a baby while I'm with the next young bee. A baby will make us stuck. You don't want to be stuck with somebody like me, considering the way I are. Eddie feel about you." He also tried to force her to get rid of the pregnancy, and when she refused, he lost his mind and created some really insane drama. He went off Twitter, telling the world that he didn't want the baby and that he would never pay child support. He said, "Whoever the judge is on my child support case, I told this girl I don't want the baby. She still got time to get rid of it, and she forcing it on me, so you better make the price right. She trying to trap me. Don't let her get you. She still got time to end all this now for months on end." He couldn't stop going on and on about how he wasn't interested in having a baby with Chrisean now throughout their pregnancy. He caused her a whole lot of stress, pushing her to consider all options to not have the baby, and he didn't even try to hide his lack of interest in having the child when Sean went into labor. He wasn't there for her because he was off having a blast in Miami with his other baby mama Jaden Alexis, aka Stewie. But here's what gets wrecked. Ali Juicy, the minute that her little bundle of joy made his grand entrance into the world, he suddenly had a change of heart and began acting all concerned, even going so far as to threaten to take the bee away from Chrisean if she didn't do what he wanted. But the wild part about all this is that Shane didn't put Blueface's name on the birth certificate. She went ahead and gave the baby her first and last name. So his full name is Shan Malone Jr. This means that Blueface's name isn't anywhere to be found in that birth certificate, and this raised some eyebrows. I mean, Shane spent a whole 9 months of her life trying to convince both the world and Blueface that he was the baby daddy, putting in her best effort to get him to embrace the idea of having a baby together, and now she turns around and doesn't put his name on the birth certificate. Something ain't add enough, but hey, she did mention that they had broken up while she was pregnant, so that might explain this. However, this is where it gets creepy. They made up about a week after the baby's arrival, and everything seemed great between them. Blueface hopped on the plane down to Baltimore to see Chrisean and the baby, and got along nice because she even made a cameo in his new music video. He met the baby, and they had some father-son bonding time, and Gran posted a picture of them together and captioned it, "Daddy and I," so things seemed to be good between them, and she definitely could have added him to the birth certificate then, but she still didn't. And this didn't make much sense. Well, things finally came to a head a couple of days ago after she and Blueface got into the mother of all fights on Twitter because he tried to drag her for being an unfit mother. He posted a picture of the baby's genitals to show that he had a hernia, and he slammed Shan for not doing anything about it. He posted a series of tweets where he said stuff like, "Baby still ain't had the surgery for his hernia. She lying, talking about he healthy. He don't have a peak. The hernia in his genitals is so big, and she's steady on here talking about me and my SE. Fix our son SE first, then go find somebody else to ride everybody. Tag her on her post, her page, and whatever y'all got to do to make this happen, so I can stop being the topic of her life." He also said, "I try to do the right thing to keep it private, but this girl keep going on and on. Leave me alone. You crack, baby. She is a bad mother. Yes, she is unfit. She been pushing the surgery back, missing the appointment, so she can do what she wants. I went to Bailmore thinking it's a surgery, but they talking about she missed the appointment." This hack Chrisean so mad that she threatened to press charges against him and send him to jail.
You're gonna go to jail, bro. Like, being a free man right now. Like, appreciate the time you got right now, because nigga, you're not finna be roaming the world like you thought you was going to be roaming.
She also claimed that the real reason that Blueface was acting enough was that she didn't give the baby his name. She tweeted you saying, "I'm a fit cuz he's not a Jonathan Jar, but he's Kristen J. Tell them how you want to take my kid cuz I named him after me. I'm stuck with manipulating a manculator. He think I'm slow or dumb, and please Blue, be more concerned about your probation than taking my baby from me as leverage. I have documentation." Jonathan Porter again. This kind of brought us right back to the topic of why she doesn't want to officially make Blueface the father of the baby. I mean, she was willing to get a DNA test while she was pregnant, so what happened? Well, it turns out that she might have faked the DNA test Y'all, the drama got so crazy when Chan's ex-boyfriend came out to reveal that the baby was actually his child and not Blueface's, saying that Chan has been lying to us the whole time. He posted side-by-side pictures of him and the baby to show just how much they look alike, and said thank you God in advance because this stuff is getting crazy. He also said you are not the father. Blueface Chan also seemed to confirm the rumors when she liked to post about how her ex was the baby daddy. Blueface then went off on Twitter saying, I knew it with something off, I don't think that's my baby. The DNA test was a little weird when I read it. It seemed fake. I had no control over that test. Plus, why would you have a baby in Bior when you and the alleged father live in LA and the guy claiming the baby live in Bior? I think they look a lot alike more than me. What do you think? He continued, I got one baby mama and 2 kids until further notice, the best news I got all year. And I'm free. He also talked about how weird it was that the DNA results were already open when Chan handed it to him, saying, I even think about that. The paper was folded up and beat up. Maury test. It never looked like that. The drama has these fans shook in the streets, have been saying all kinds of stuff at this point. If I was Cran, I play it wasn't his baby either. Because it's better to not have Blueface in her life. Once he get another paternity and put his name on the birth paper, all he going to do is drag that girl through court. I'd play the you're not the father game too. This is just sad, please. Protect this baby because he'll doing the most. Baby don't deserve this. It's about to have gray hairs before 1 year old, and I think Cran Blueface and Cran X Ronnie need to do a DNA test to get results to you, who's the father of that baby, to prove to the world this whole Cran and Blueface drama getting frustrated.
Oh child, so what do y'all think about Cran? Was she really lying about Blueface being a father? Or do you think that she's trying to protect herself and her baby from Blueface? Drop your thought
in comments below, and if you think that this drama was crazy, well, you got to check out this next